hear it all the time, like Ken saying that his mother always visits him in his dreams, or Jamie saying that during her daughter's memorial, hundreds of butterflies swooped in. Why am I not getting signs? Well, you are. Different spirits communicate with the living in different ways, and it's usually much more subtle. If you're not getting any signs from your dead loved ones or you're not sure, you've come to the right place. So let's reveal the spirit world together and learn how to recognize the signs that you're probably already getting, but you don't know it. And it's a beautiful day here in nature, and it's a great day to be alive, and let's dive right in. Hi, Adam here, the Medium channel at your service. And in this video, I'm going to share with you 6 more subtle signs that you may be getting but missing from those that have crossed over. And then at the end, I'm going to share a couple of techniques you can use to strengthen your bonds with the other side so that you'll start to pick up on those subtle messages. So stick around for that. Now, I could virtually teach anybody how to communicate with the dead. It's not that hard to do. They want to communicate with us. But not everybody that I teach is going to be the next John Edward. I mean, I'm not even the next John Edward. And the point being is that we all have varying degrees of ability, but we all do have the ability to sense them and to get messages. So when we cross over, it's the same thing. Different spirits have varying degrees of ability of how strongly they're able to connect with us in the living. Now, those that don't connect as strongly, it doesn't mean that they're weaker or that they don't want to talk to you or they're less with you. It just means they have a different style. It's almost like expecting everybody on the other side to be a John Edward if you're expecting everybody to give you really strong, powerful messages like things moving around or powerful dreams or stuff like that. That's just not how it works in the real world. That's just not how it works in the spirit world. And when we cross over, basically, we don't die, like just the body dies, and people that cross over, they don't go anywhere. They just go into a different frequency of energy, and we call that the spirit world or heaven, but they're still with us and they're still accessible to us. But of course, we have to still quiet our mind, and they have to focus their attention on our frequency so that we can connect that way. So here are 6 signs that you may be missing. Sign number 1 is that you just think about them out of the blue or just see an image of them out of the blue. Like you're not talking about them. There's no reason for that. And that's a very common way that they try to come through. And with practice, if you're diligent and aware and you pick up on these signs, you'll understand the difference between, say, like something coming out of your subconscious, like you just want to hear from them so bad that you think about them, versus an actual connection. It's a different feeling. When they connect, it's very uplifting. It's very heart-centered. It's very spiritual. So it takes a little time and practice, but be aware every time that you think about somebody that crossed over or get an image, be aware of that and talk to them, and you may get messages that way. Trust what you get. Always trust what you get, even if you think you're making it up. It takes practice, but sometimes that's how it works. The communication happens internally through the same part of our brain that we imagine things. So that's why sometimes it feels like we're making it up, or it's so subtle we don't want to believe it. So that's number 1. Number 2 is that other people start to bring them up in conversation just for, again, no apparent reason, or you start to see their names or pictures around. Number 3 is that you get synchronicities, like they'll come to your mind and then like a favorite song will come on, or you'll see somebody that remind you of them, or see their birthday on the license plate. So that can happen. There's a lot of different kinds of synchronicities. The thing is, sometimes people want it so badly that they almost read synchronicities into things that aren't real. The idea is the more relaxed and open and the less you want that connection, but the more you're open at your heart to receiving, the more they're going to be able to come in. When we want it, we tend to block it. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Now, number 4 is to watch the reactions of pets. If they're barking, at something like a part of the room or whatever, and the reactions of children also. Sometimes they can be really good spirit barometers for you. Now, number 5 is subtle body reactions, like say you're just hanging out, minding your own business. You feel like a little tickling around your face, and somebody that you're close to had a beard. That's a way that they can come in. Or you may get a sense of like tightness in the chest and your loved one had something like congestive heart failure or lung cancer. So you can get subtle signs in your body as well when your loved ones are around. And again, pay attention to that. And another one, number 6, is psychic smells. And I've talked about this in other videos. And you may get subtle odors in your mind that remind you of somebody, but there's no physical odor. So again, the idea is when you get these signs, acknowledge it, say hi, clear your mind, open your mind, and ask for a message and trust something, anything you get. You may get a thought, you may see words, you may see images or symbols, you may remember something from the past, you may remember some music or a song may come to your mind. If you're enjoying this video, please let YouTube know and give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and comment any signs that you're getting, any experiences, and consider subscribing to the channel. And if you do, hit the bell notification, then you'll get notified when we do free live mediumship events, as well as release new videos. So here's a couple of practices for you that might help. The first one is just simply calling them and then getting into a meditative and a receptive state. So simply visualizing somebody on the other side, maybe feeling their energy or smelling them, something that will link your mind to their mind. That link is like a calling card, and if they're available, they'll come to you. So what you want to do is call them and just meditate and just be open to receiving. And it may take a little practice, but just see what you get. Even if it doesn't make sense, just ask them for information, but really just try to feel them that way. Now, another technique you can use is just to simply use a candle, because fire is a transformative element and it's an energetic element that you can use to create a link to the other side with, or to the spirit world with. So what you want to do is you can either write their name if you want to talk to somebody specifically. You can inscribe it in the candle or write it under the candle. Just say a prayer, pray to Great Spirit or God to help your loved one come through. Feel their energy again, light the candle, and allow that flame to be like a conduit between your world and the spirit world. You can even take that a step farther and to step into the flame and to meet your loved one that way. And another thing that you can do is just doing a good guided meditation that takes you on that spiritual journey so you can be closer to the other side and meet the other side. Of course, we have some on this channel. There's a lot of good meditations out there, but definitely try those things and be aware of those signs. And with a little bit of practice, you're going to start to feel them more. You're going to start to interact with them more, and you're not going to feel left out if somebody else is getting more powerful signs than you. I always caution people about comparing your experience with other people, because it's always going to be unique unto themselves. Spirit loves you. They want to communicate with you. Sometimes we're the ones that are throwing the blocks up. Sometimes we have unresolved grief or unresolved issues we're not even aware of, and sometimes we subtly put the walls up. So working with these techniques, working with these exercises, and being aware of these signs are really going to help. And over here, I'm going to flash a video about 11 more signs of the spirit world. And there's a really good meditation at the end, a really powerful one that I use in seminars. So check out this video. It's my very first video. So if you promise not to laugh at the fact that I look like a deer in the headlights, watch it. And thank you, and I'll see you at the next video. Namaste.